Hi, I'm Abby Shu. I'm a vice president at Benefactor Group, and I am very excited to be joined today by Ali Colbran, who is the senior director of development at Feeding San Diego. We had the pleasure of working with Ali over the last year or so on a development assessment and plan, looking at all aspects of fundraising at Feeding San Diego, and then supporting the team in the implementation of some of the early recommendations of that plan. I'm going to begin by asking you, Ali, to tell me a little bit about your origin story and what was the moment when you realized I'm a leader?
I think I fell into fundraising the way most people do, by accident. I always knew that I wanted to work in the nonprofit space. Specifically for me, I started in the museum space. I was an art history major and really loved art and history and education. But I really felt myself called to my peers in the fundraising space who were doing so for basic needs and human services. And so when I had the opportunity to join the Feeding San Diego development team, I jumped headfirst. I have been in more like formal authority and manager roles and leadership roles for about a decade, but I think I really felt like I was a leader just in the last couple of years. I had kind of a transformative moment at Feeding San Diego. Post-pandemic, we had been kind of in a challenging space organizationally. I took a leap and I decided to take some initiative and work on developing a solution for that problem, even though it wasn't my lane, so to speak. And I was really terrified that that's the response that I was going to get, that I was going to be told, this isn't your problem to solve. But my ideas and my thoughts on it were embraced and utilized. And it was really transformative for me because it helped me begin to really trust myself, recognizing how important it is for leaders to make moves that push organizations forward, even if you may initially be doing that alone. But if you're thoughtful in your approach and invite people to come along, then people will follow. So yeah, that's been sort of a watershed moment for me in terms of my leadership journey.
That's great. So you're talking a lot about leadership, and I wonder from your perspective, what are the qualities that you believe define outstanding leadership?
These are qualities that I really try to embody, but I also really admire in great leaders that I have worked with. One is authenticity. The other is positivity, and the last one is altruism. We talk a lot about authenticity when in development and fundraising, being authentic with our donors and our messaging, but I think it's the most important things for leaders. If you're going to attract people to help you get where you want to go, you need to be honest about where you've been, where you are. When you build trust with your team, with your co-leaders, with everyone that you're working alongside with, you're going to go so far, and being authentic is the best way to do that. Also, positivity. I think we should look at problems and challenges with an abundance mindset. Like, what do we already have that can solve these problems in front of us? And the last, altruism, I actually kind of was trying to find the right word to describe my feeling on this, and altruism was what I came up with. Giving to others without looking for personal gain. I think that being a good leader is making decisions that are best for the team, for the organization, what's best for the mission, and prioritizing that every time, even if that means that my idea isn't chosen or the direction I personally think we should go in, or that doesn't lift me to the top, but it's best for the organization. That is what I think really good leaders do.
So leadership can be demanding. How do you make sure that while you're taking care of your team and taking care of organizational priorities, you're also taking care of yourself?
Well, I am a mom. I am a mom to two girls. I have a 6-year-old and an 8-month-old. So I have two wonderful girls I get to take care of. So it is a lot. I juggle a lot. And I'm going to use an analogy that I cannot remember. It is credited to somebody, but I think it's wonderful. And it's the thing that's resonated the most to me is that everyone sort of asks that question, like, how do you handle it all? And the answer is you don't, because it's juggling, and part of juggling, you're going to drop things. But the difference is that you have to understand which balls that you're juggling, which ones are glass and which ones are plastic, right? You may drop a family plastic ball in order not to drop a work glass ball, and you may drop a plastic work ball in order to not drop a family glass ball. So I really kind of take that and try and give myself grace, patience, and understanding that I can't do everything. But in terms of with my team, it's very similar. So encouraging breaks, downtime, PTO, but again, I have to demonstrate that myself, right? And I think that demonstrating it myself and also encouraging it in the team means that we insist on it for each other and really respect it. And then also, because you've created this environment where you have trust, where everyone respects each other's space, give each other time, that when people do take time off, when people are sick or things like that, everyone just steps in and helps each other.
What's next for Feeding San Diego? Where do you see the organization in 1 year, maybe in 5 years, in 10 years?
There's big things on the horizon for Feeding San Diego. So we are embarking on our biggest challenge in our 18-year history, where we'll be entering into a campaign with the express intent of purchasing a permanent facility to fuel our mission. So in 1 year, we'll be in campaign. In 5 years, hopefully we'll be settled into our new building and growing our programs. And I'm hoping in 10 years that we'll be in a position to have either completely or significantly close the meal gap in San Diego. And we have to grow in order to meet that need. So I'm really excited for what's next.